Hey everyone, it's Amanda. Today I'm going to be doing my May and June wrap up, and I'm also going to let you know what I've read in July so far, even though July is almost over. And I'll also let you know what I'm currently reading and what I plan to finish and possibly read in July. So, the first book I finished in May, I gave it, I read it on May 1st, and let's switch to the page. So, the first book I read was The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I read this so I could watch the movie, but I haven't watched the movie yet. So yeah, but it was okay. I the only reason I didn't like it is because it did happen in one day, and I did think it was insta-lovey. Granted, that is kind of the premise of the book. They fall in love in one day. But it was alright. I liked her other book a little bit more, but it was still good. The next book I read, and actually the last book I read in May, I read it on May 6th, in case you wanted to know. Was another contemporary, and it's This Is What Happy Looks Like by Jennifer E. Smith. I give this a 4 to 5 stars. It's about this guy Graham Larkin and Elle O'Neill. Graham is they meet through an email, and they kind of just start talking. So it's pretty cool. Graham is also like a movie star, actor. Sorry. So yeah. And then the next book I read it in June. Wow, I read a lot of books in July. In June, I read An Innocent Obsession by Jessa Kane. I read it on June 15th. I didn't really read very much in June. And I gave it 2 stars. It was okay. I think it was only like a couple pages, like 30 pages or so. It was alright. I honestly don't even remember what it was about. So that's why I gave it 2 stars, I guess. And then what I've read in July so far, the first book I read in July was Babe in Boyland by Jody Gurman. I finished this on July 1st, and I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It was alright. It reminds me of that Amanda Bynes movie, She's the Man, where she dresses up as a guy for like a soccer team or something, I think, to impose as her brother. This is kind of like that, so I feel like she kind of copied the movie, but maybe she didn't, who knows. And then the next book I read in July, I finished it on July 16th, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is the first book in the, I guess, Red Queen series. I liked it. It took me a while to read, though, just because I was reading other books. But it's about 2 different types of bloods. There's silvers and reds. The reds is the blood that like kind of has to do everything for the silvers. The silvers are the ones in power. And it's about this girl named Mare and her family. That's all I'm gonna say. This book has been out for a while, so if you haven't read it by now, you should. I thought it was pretty good. Some people don't like it, but that's okay. They have their own opinions. That's fine. The next book I read, the last book I've read this month so far, It was Boys of Brayshaw High by Megan Brandy. I read it on July 20th, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. So it was like 400 pages. I liked it. It's a new adult book about this girl. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now. What is her name? I don't remember her name right now. But this girl, she gets into a lot of trouble at her old school, and also her mom is kind of a slut, and who doesn't take care of her as well. So she kind of gets transferred, and gets put in a foster home, in a town that was an hour away, and she goes to a school named Brayshaw High, from the title, and she lives in a house owned by the Brayshaws, and she falls in love with 3 of the Brayshaw boys, who are, there's one named Modoc, or Maddox. Who are the other ones? I can't even think of it right now. But it was actually really good. So I enjoyed it. I'm actually currently about to read the second book. So the books that I would like to read in July, or like read at the end, for the end of the month. So I'm trying to get to the page. I can't think of where the page is. Well, hold on. Let's see. So for July, I wanted to read. So I read Babe in Boyland. This is my TBR for July. I read Babe in Boyland by Jody Gurman. I read Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I read Boys of Brayshaw High by Megan Brandy. And the ones I haven't gotten to yet is Trouble at Brayshaw High, which is the second book and the final book in the Brayshaw High series by Megan Brandy. I wanted to read this next book, which is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. You will see this in my book haul, my recent book haul that I just filmed. So I wanted to read this one. I've gotten a little bit into it. And then the last book I wanted to read was Hot Shot Doc by R.S. Gray. We'll see if I get to that. I don't think I will, but that's okay. There's always August. And I also, where's that? I also wanted to read Cruel Crown, which I'm currently reading. I should actually finish this here soon. I have like 79 pages left. So I'll definitely finish this by the end of the month. And I would like to read Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second book. So I guess you're supposed to read Cruel Crown next. You don't have to, but if you'd like more insight on Queen Corianne and Captain Farley, then you should read it. It's not very long. So yeah, anyway, that was my wrap up for May and June, and what I'm currently reading in July. Hopefully I can finish the books that I plan on finishing, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Have a great day.